Namaskar. So today we are going to discuss an important topic, that is policy. If you in future, it is your might be your regular activity. If you are working in Palo Alto, any firewall, not only Palo Alto, in any firewall, the policy is very important for every firewall. What is the meaning? Is the policy is means you are allow someone with some ports and protocols and application base. Means once you are go to the office, right? When you are go to the office, you have assigned one card, right? And you are authorized to access one of the premises, not the whole office, right? So that call, there are some certain of policies that you have with the set of your card, with your personality and your position, right? So you are going to define the similar kind of thing. If X is come, he is going to access this. If Y is come, he is not authorized to access this. So this is the similar thing. The same, just uh, I'll give you the live example. If one of your you are in home, you are calling someone. If someone came outside from your home, you are not going to access him to the your whole bedroom, your kitchen. You are what where you have to going to sit him. You are going to ask him to sit my what we can say, the other room, where the guest rooms, like that, right? If your one of your family member is come, right? And then you can, this is my kitchen, this is my bedroom, this is, you can give him access. If your partner is come, you can give him the access to your locker, bedroom, whatever he can access, right? So this is the policy. Means based on your situation, you are allowing you or denying someone, you can access this. This is the simple thing that I have to give you an example, right? If you are going somewhere, some your friend's house or some extra house, then he also, you are not give you the full authorized, right? He also come and sit, I have cup of tea, right? But if someone is asking for you a lunch or dinner, then they will also ask you, have a lunch, have a dinner, right? Based on the situation, based on the request, you are allowing someone who you, the firewall administrator, or you, means when you are giving someone, you are the security engineer, you have to allow, deny based on the request, and you have to think, if this will be allowed, then what will be the effects. You are not allowing everyone that any you can do it any, right? So that is also a situation. Oh, it's a big end, no issue. So we are going to start the portion. So in Palo Alto, this is the dashboard. There is a tab policy. So see, what is the policy? There is a security policy that I am just referring for. Means you are going to allow someone from here to here. What will be the security policy over here? Right, there is a NAT policy, there is a QS policy, network address. QS basically your quality of service, that is your bandwidth policies, policy based forwarding, that is also important topic. Encryption, what is encryption? Encryption decryption means I'll just give you example. When you are enter somewhere, the security guys are checking, right? So firewall also do the same thing. Encryption decryption, you have weapons like that is tunnel inspection, application overhead. There is also a policy, authentication policy, DOS protection policy, and sdwan. This is an also new features, but I do not have the license. Now, what need to create a policy? Before we are going to create a policy, we just click over, there is so many tabs over here: add, delete, clone, override, reset, enable, disable. So what is the use of it? Add, simply you can create one policy, that's it. Delete, it is not highlighted until unless, sorry, you are selecting one, it is delete. What is the meaning of clone? I know you already know. Clone means if you are, so in delete means, if you are click, it is asking you, you are going to delete, yes, yes, no, no. Clone also is a similar thing. See, in clone, here is a beautiful thing that you have to learn. There is a policy, right? I know. He's asking after this rule order, or you can say which rule. Clone means after cloning, where you have to put this rule, right? After, below, before. So based on that, move top. Right. So I'm going to DMZ1. I'm cloning it. Okay. DMZ1. See here the DMZ1 internet ID is also assigning a name. After that, you have to just rename it or you can modify it, right? So that is also an important thing. Now clone, override. Where you have to do the override? See, no policy. If I'm clicking any of this policy, it is not going to override. Where you have to override? Required. Sometime what happened? Someone is pushing the policy from the panorama. Based on that, if you are unable to complete those action from panorama, then you can do internally and you can do it override. Otherwise, if something is not already someone is created this one, now you need to overwrite it. Means I have already written something, but you need to modify it, but you do not have the permission, then you have to click on override. I'll give you one thing. I think here you can see the override. See, this is the sample of override. I have already overrated it, right? So it is already overrated. See, this is the same similar the default route. Revert. Or if you want to revert the security rule, yes, see, this rule will be going revert. Okay, so that is the all enable and disable. What is the use of enable disable? I'm clicking this. See, it is already disabled, this rule. See, um, enable. I can enable it. It will go pop up. See, this is the stage of disable. So if you are clicking, see, enable disable, you can do it, but once you push this policy, then it will be effective. Otherwise, you can do enable disable. If you want to leave it like that, then it will be no effect. Okay, so this is the whole scenario about the firewall policies. Now I'm going to create one. What is it required? See, general, you have to put one name. That is mandatory field. See, one more important topic information I'm going to cover you in this topic, that see, this is not highlighted, right? Okay, is not. If I'm going to put anything, once it is highlighted, then it is permanent, perfect. You can now pop. Okay, you can click OK, then it will be created. But and just for that, I'm going to give you some. See, now it is visible. So what is the name? You have to define LAN to internet, DMZ to internet, or particular server, particular application. Based on your request, you can put a name. Internet, INTER, NET, internet, ACCE access, for internet access. Okay, you can give a brief description. What we are going to put the description, we are put the change number over here. If someone is wants to check this policy in the corporate environment, you know, there is a change number, so we are mentioning the change number over here. Why? If someone is checking this policy, he can identify who is created this one and why it is created. Then he have just copy the change number and put it on the snow. He is there is a change plan, change format. What he is done, he is did it with a minute. He will understand why the policy has been created. Now, what is tag? Tag is nothing. That is, you have to identify, right? You have to create a tag. I haven't created any tag. Global rule by tag. See, there is also nothing. And rule type, there is a rule type universal intrazone. So we are basically using the universal, means global rule. Okay, audit command, I haven't put anything in my career, so you can leave it. Now what will be your source? I have already, just give me a minute. I'm just pausing this video 1 minute. See what you have to do in firewall policy. Basically, once, so basically, which kind of policy is required? So as you have know, Palo Alto is zone-based firewall. So this is your one zone. This is your one zone. Sorry, and this is your another zone. That is WAN. As per the Palo Alto, intra-zone policy has been denied. Intra-zone means if in LAN there is a three segments, then it is allowed by default. It is deny. From LAN to DMZ deny, DMZ to internet deny, internet to DMZ deny, internet to LAN deny. Means we cannot access from this LAN to internet, from DMZ to internet, or LAN to DMZ. Automatically it will going deny. You are not authorized to access until unless we are going to provide you a allow policy. So what we have to do when you are getting a request from a customer, you are just thinking which kind of request it is, which is your source, which is your destination, and create a logical diagram in your mind. Then it is more easier to identify the policy how you can allow, right? So now what we are going to do, we are going to access from A to DMZ server 1. Then what will be your policy? Your policy source will be your LAN. You can assign the source address. Suppose if you want to put a internal address 172.162 like that, you can put it, or if you need, you can just simply click, you can delete it, you can just address, you can create address group here. We are also, I think we have already discussed about. If not, I am going to discuss in the next video, no issue. So you can create over here, otherwise you can click any. Based on that, in your LAN environment to DMZ, it is more secure that you have to specify the LAN segment over here, 192 or 172, what is a slash 24 slash 16 slash 18 slash 22, whatever the range you have to assign over here. User, if you have the AD or your local user, whatever it is, you can assign it. If not, then you have to leave it as it is. Then your destination, where as per the diagram, our destination is DMZ zone. And now your DMZ zone is more secure than you not need to allow the whole network. What you have to do, you have to add your like server 1 or server 2 application. If it is an based on your request, if you know the application is what application it is serving or providing, then you have to add those applications. See, there is a bulk of application, right? Based on that, you have to assign. Mm, if it is a DNS base, you can edit DNS. If you are not sure which application it is, then also you can go to the service. You can also HTTPS server, HTTPS server, then you can give it HTTPS service. Now the important part, what is different between, I'll come to this point. It is a very important interview question, application based policy and services policy. What is different between this? Please make a note and read it. In the next video I'll going to cover it. And now what is the action? I am going to cover it in two parts, right? This is the action 1. Action, here you can see I have asking you allow, deny, drop, reset, reset server, reset. So in interview you can also get this question, what is the difference between deny and drop? Reset from client, reset from server, and allow means you are allowing. Next, one of the more important is why we are using firewalls, right? Profiles. This is the all security profiles you can see. Otherwise, you can create a group. You have to select those groups, or you can create a group over here. Now, what is the use of log start session and log stand session? Don't use this. It will give you a huge kind of log, and this is not recommended by Palo Alto firewall as well, Palo Alto as well. Log forwarding, if you have some forwarding profile, then you have to, like your syslog server, your panoma, so you have to do it. And that if you need schedule, I'll give it to you, no issue. Schedule, what schedule wise queue monitor, so I'll definitely do it. Now I'm just clicking OK. Now your policy has been created. Internet access, right? If you need to up, it will up. If you need to down, it will down. Okay, this is the basics things of firewall policies. I'm just covering the simple. Similarly, if someone is requesting you the DMZ server, that is server one is going to internet, you are just doing the simple thing. Just go to add uh, server ACRV server one INTERNET POL. So what will be your source? Yes, 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 DMZ, right? Server one, destination will be your WAN 1 or WAN 2. I'm using WAN 1. Application. If you know the application, then you have to do. Otherwise, sometime what happened, the update, Microsoft update. Here you can see MICRO, sorry, MIC. Microsoft update is there, I hope. Microsoft, Microsoft Dynamic. No, no, sorry. There is an my bad. From here you can get it URL category. So here you can also MICRO C micro MI WINT UPDA. No issue. We can check the URL category online stage update. So here you can also create a Windows update kind of things. No, no issue. So here you can get a URL category as well. No issue. Application. So you can put it any service. What will be the service? HTTP, HTTPS, and DNS for internet. So this will be your okay. Action will be allowed. Yeah, and if you need to profile, put the profile, you can give it the profile like antivirus default profile, vulnerability protection, and anti-spyware, URL filtering default. So this kind of profile you have to assign it, right? So here you can see here is a policy has been created, right? Next video, we are going to cover the interview questions, which kind of interview question you are going to face regarding this policy. There are so many policies. And then we are going to move the next. Okay. So thank you for your patience. Listen to me. Uh, have a great life ahead, hopefully. Jai Hind.